For a round and about with me, Terry Powell, on 93.7 Express FM and also online, 3wsexpressfm.com. Round and About is a programme on stories, issues, charities and events, and we're talking a bit of a show. We've got Dave Clark here.
How are you doing?
I'm doing all right, mate. And
pleased to be here.
It's great. We're going to hear about the Borstal Boys punk rock opera.
Yes.
And we've got some actors and actresses in here as well. And we've got barman. We've got a lovely lady here holding the camera. Maisie up there. How you doing? And as I say, Around and About is our programme on stories, issues, charities and events, and if you are any of those, please contact me on studio@expressfm.com or Terry. And as you heard at the beginning of the programme, crowd in the studio here now. It's brilliant, it's brilliant, yeah, noisy as well. And you guys out there could see a lot of them, because what we're talking about, I got the wonderful guy I met at the... it was the Gospel Music Festival, wasn't it, Dave?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
I was having a sticky bun, and you wandered up to me and sat beside me, and we had a coffee, and you said, you're doing a punk rock opera.
I think I did tell you. I forget what I said to you, but you picked up immediately.
You've written a book about it.
Yeah.
And this book, it's about you, Mr. Dave Clark.
Yeah. Well, what prompted me to write the book was the fact that my brother, who in the opera is portrayed as an absolute villain, and I'm under his complete control, and he ended up dying doing a 16-year prison sentence in the Philippines of tuberculosis. But the good news that I received when I was teaching at Fareham College 30 years later, he read C.S. Lewis's book Mere Christianity, and he turned his life round, and I went out there to celebrate. That prompted me to write my book Converted on an LSD Trip, to help other people turn their lives round.
Yeah. Because that's what's happened to you. Your life has been changed.
Absolutely,
with the situation of your faith. And it was, like you say, in the Philippines that your brother was, and you wrote the book. And
well, he was in 5 years.
Right.
5 years when it happened. He worked. Okay. He was actually the end of his life, in the sense that his teeth were falling out. He'd lost his way. He wrote to me absolutely in depression. And then he read C.S. Lewis's book. And then he went on to read some of Lloyd Jones's stuff, and he actually realised that what C.S. Lewis was talking about, Jesus is the true living Son of God, and he turned his life around.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I sent word to him to get baptised by an inmate in the jail in an oil drum.
Yeah.
And then I went out there on a mission with Gordon Smith and I, and we worked with many notorious criminals, even on death row. We published their stories. 22 men on death row turned their lives around, and another 40 characters, we've written their book, and that's in our book Trojan Warriors, which tells our story, Michael and I, converted from crime to Christ. And we're back to the UK to work in the jails here too.
Sounds like a wonderful read. And so you returned to Stubbington in 2003, and you were seeking out the problems amongst
well, yes, I discovered there was a serious problem amongst youngsters in the prison. In Stubbington. It's like a prison, but it's the prison without bars, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I made a video, and it's called A Drugs Problem in Stubbington Village. If you look at it on YouTube, you'll see it. And that prompted me to try and tell my story another way. That's what moved me to write the punk rock opera.
Yeah. And that's going ahead at the King's Theatre on the
the King's Theatre are very pleased with what we're doing, and they've asked me to emphasise the fact, the redemptive part of the story, because unfortunately asylum seekers, what is this all about? Converted on LSD, what's that all about? And it's a mixed message, you know. They want to realise it is a story of a bad lad turned good, not by himself, but with the help from an outside force, and that is there.
Yeah.
People can turn their lives around with the help of other people. We need to support people that want to turn their lives around. We're there to help.
That's right. That's good. And with the cast then, where are you sort of pulling in your cast for the show? we have some here. Well,
we've got some
at the moment. We're going to talk to you
in a minute. But I'm picking out people. What I find is I'm a character that will identify a situation, and people will talk to me, and they'll realise they want to help. They'll step in, or I drag them in when I see they've got talent, And when they hear the story, they want to get involved.
Yeah.
And that's where these have come from.
That's
Manny, you tell yourself in a minute.
That's right. We'll have a great chat with those guys in a moment. So, with the religious world then being silent with this situation, how do you feel about that?
I'm surprised about the religious world being silent.
Yeah,
I've written to them.
Yeah.
I've given them a commentary, a secular commentary about what the story's about. For people that don't believe in God, right? They want to know how can this possibly happen.
Yeah,
well, it can happen. People do turn their lives around without religion. Yeah. But my story is Christ changed my life, and I write a commentary of actually the doctrinal points: the rebirth, regeneration, justification by faith, the name, all historic Christianity. Now, the religious world is silent. I can't understand it. Even the Archbishop of Canterbury I wrote to.
All right, yeah.
Right, he wrote back me for Lambeth Palace. He hasn't got time to read the opera, right? He's busy doing other things. I don't know what he's doing, but I'm very surprised that nobody's come back.
It'd be great to get it into a London theatre, wouldn't
Absolutely.
it? Absolutely. And Dave dropped me a little note saying that, prompting me to mention that you wrote to Cliff Richard.
Well, I wrote to Cliff Richard because in the theme, Mandy, the devil, right, we wanted Cliff Richard to appear as a cameo version of Devil Woman.
Oh, yeah.
So I wrote to him, tongue-in-cheek, telling him the story too.
Yeah.
But also I wrote to Paul Jones asking him to be involved. Yeah.
All right, yeah.
Well, Cliff's obviously very busy doing his own stuff at the moment. They wrote back to me and said, look, as much as they might like to help, Cliff is unfortunately very busy, but the wish is all very well.
Right, yeah, that's good. And but you've also connected with the Stubbington Snooker Club as well, and that's where Josh comes in, because Josh works there.
Yeah, I'm the barman.
Yeah, and you are actually playing Dave in the opera.
I am, yes.
So have you acted before?
I did a little bit of it during school. It was never something I followed on with until now.
Okay. And how are you finding it then?
I'm really enjoying it.
Sorry, it's men first, ladies. Your turn will come. Yeah.
Not really.
That's
why until last.
Yeah. all the rehearsals are going ahead at Stubbington at the moment, aren't they?
They are. They're in my snooker hall.
Yeah. And there's going to be a live showing, is there, sometime?
Yeah, they've opened it up to us.
Right, yeah.
We're ever so pleased and thankful for their help. Thank you.
Yeah.
Tell them those your bosses.
Richard Hughes, Beverly Hughes and Ian Orr.
Yeah, brilliant. Of the Snooker Club. Said Richard. Yeah, won't forget Richard.
Names.
Of the Snooker Club, Stubbington Snooker Club. That's right. Above the shops.
So we've got a live performance.
That's right.
This Friday at 8 o'clock. Yeah. It's a preview.
Yeah.
Come along. Enjoy yourselves. Come on your bikes and your motorbikes and scooters. There's a parking space for you. We've asked the scooter club to arrive. You can park out. It's a ride out, if you like.
Yeah.
A preview for the 26th, where we're going to have 200 or 300 scooters arrive at the King's Theatre on the day.
That'd be brilliant. And you want to mention about Barclays Bank and Asda and Tesco's?
Well, Barclays has been very helpful.
Yeah.
They've offered us. We went in there advertising leaflets, and they're supporting us. Yeah. Asda has opened up the doors to us to go and advertise, distribute leaflets, and Tesco's have got a special event on the 22nd. We're going there, and what I do want to encourage you folk: go and shop at Asda. Go and come to Tesco's on the 22nd after 11 o'clock. Do your shopping, and I might get a bit of a help out. Punting them out. I'm giving them advertising. That's all.
That's wonderful.
Thank you.
Yeah, well done, all you guys. There are other supermarkets, but we love Tesco's and Asda.
So why
in Fareham?
It's Tesco's it's Asda.
Monique's mentioned. Do you shop in Fareham then, Monique? No. Oh. This shop in she shops in Waitrose, Sosbeth. She's posh. Right, what we're going to do, we've got some music lined up, and if this works, it's going to sound wonderful.
Yeah, it will.
So this first track, you're going to introduce actually.
It's already introduced on the track. Listen to it.
So let's listen to this then.
Yeah.
And we're going to speak to.
It's scene 9 from the opera. The whole of the scene. These 3 tracks are scene 9 of the punk rock opera.
Brilliant.
Borstal Boy.
And what we're going to do, we're going to have a chat with Monique and Mandy in a short while as well, and also the lovely Maisie as well.
Act 2, Scene 6, the prison cell. We resume our story with Dave banged up at HMP Dover Borstal. Dave is in his cell and is deliberating on how he got into this mess. During the next song, the devil comes in and slithers on stage to the song The Wait.
That's the Wait, and that is going to be in the Borstal Boy punk rock opera. And I'll say, I don't know what I'm going to do now, but I've got two ladies lined up here, and one's called Mandy. Hello, Mandy.
Hello.
And we got Monique. How you doing? Okay. Now you two girls are actually in this rock opera.
Yes.
So how did you actually get involved then? Let's we start with Monique first.
Okay, hello.
Hello. Good to meet you.
Pleasure to be here.
That's a great thing that you could come along. And how did you find out about this, and why did you decide to sort of go up for an audition for a part?
It's all a bit crazy, really. I met David through a friend of a friend when we went to talk an ex-villain.
Yeah.
To go and talk about the play Borstal Boy, and it sort of interested me a lot, because obviously it is a message to people, that, and it is a good message to people that are going down the route of crime and drugs, and it's a good message to put out, like bad people can turn good, and it's quite a big thing, to put across really to people, but it's it's got that twist to it, so hopefully it is a good message to put out to people that are down that bad path, that do want to change their ways, really change their life, and so yeah.
And what part are you doing? What part are you in?
I'm in I'm in scene 10.
Yeah.
And basically I'm the biker girl, and I get shot in the ass.
Right, yeah, good. That's all right.
In a pub.
Yeah. Hang on a minute.
Hang on, wait there.
Wait a minute.
That'll be great.
There you go.
Ouch!
You see, look at that.
Shot in the ass.
There's no bullets in this gun, by the way. I have to say, health and safety.
I've armed units outside of the minute.
So, other than the acting, then, Monique, what have you been acting before, or was this the first time?
Basically, same as Josh, really. I did a lot of acting in school, and I did drama. I did choose drama as my GCSEs, but didn't actually follow through with my exams at school. So that is really the only acting that I've done. Yeah.
Right.
So it's first time, but I'm looking forward to it. It should be good.
And are you local girl?
I am. Well, haven't locally-ish, just outside Portsmouth. So
okay. That's good.
Really.
And how's your rehearsing going?
Yeah, pretty good. We've got that live show on Friday at the Stubbington Snooker Club, like they said earlier. So
I'll sneak into that, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
come along.
Yeah, come along, everyone. Everyone. Now, Mandy,
hello.
How about you? Now, I know you've got a special part in the, well, everyone's special in the opera. So how did you find out about it then?
Well, I've known Dave for many years.
Oh, right, yeah.
We do a lot of entertaining and performing and supporting charities between us.
Oh, good, yeah.
He came to have a chat to myself and my husband, and I think I'll say unfortunately managed to drag me into playing a rather devilish part.
Right, yeah, as I can see with the red. Did you put that on especially for me, or are we getting cold tonight?
Oh, it's a little chilly.
Little chilly, is it? I'll sort that out for you in a while. So, have you acted before then, Mandy, or did you just say I'll go along to the audition and see what happens?
I've played a few parts for various charities.
Yeah.
For something I enjoy. But after David begged and pleaded with me to take part, I decided I just couldn't say no, so I joined in.
And you've got another feather to your cap with your business as well. What's your business? What are you involved in?
We run a company of acts for you, and we supply equipment and entertainers, and we support events and charities, so you can have music, and maybe a chocolate fountain.
Oh, right,
maybe you just need to hire microphones and speakers.
Chocolate.
All right, chocolate, yeah.
But
so what's it called, and how can people contact you?
We're called Acts for You.
Right.
And you can contact us on 07813 024 074 and ask for Mandy or Darren.
And that's a local company again, is it?
Yes, we run from Gosport.
Brilliant. Right. Well, that's good to know. Good to hear. And your rehearsal's going well, and you get on with Monique and Dave, do you? And Josh, do you get on with them all?
Well, I'm the devil. I have
well,
to get on with everybody.
Don't get on with
She's
anybody.
got her own line.
Yeah. So there you go.
I've always got the devil though in my head, so we must get on very well.
And you're looking forward to the main event.
I cannot wait.
And the Kings.
Definitely, on the 26th of April, I'm
brilliant.
looking forward to it.
Lovely. Great to talk to you both. What we're going to do
Thank
now,
you.
we're going to hear another track, and hopefully this is going to work, and then we're going to chat more with Dave and have a little chat with Maisie, shall we?
Thank you very
And
much.
sort of
Thank you.
And we'll sort of gather you all in a short while again.
Thank
So,
you.
Dave, I suppose you're wondering what you're doing here.
Well, yeah. This is no fun. I'm banged up.
Now, Dave, calm down. You have a golden opportunity here.
What?
This is a chance for you to become a scholar in this fine establishment. At your disposal is all the talent you need to fulfill your destiny. And I can help you release your every dream.
What do you mean?
You need to take this opportunity to get trained up by your fellow inmates. They are your new masters. It's time to get busy and plan your next move. You've got time to think things through. Be more successful in your passion for buzz and criminal behaviour.
Slop out in the scrubs was a dirty task. And all I did at Canterbury was 4 stitches to the inch sewn mailbags. You mean burglary, extortion, drug deals, protection, pimping, gambling, forgery, ringing cars, kite flying? You know, you're right. I've made some foolish mistakes, but never again. Next time, I won't get caught.
That's my boy.
Hang on, Dave. Don't listen to her. You're feeling depressed for a reason.
Well, what's that then?
You've sinned and that's making you feel depressed.
No, I got caught. That's what's making me feel bad.
Or don't you think the time has come to change?
No, not really. I've only just got started. Yeah, I got caught, but that's just bad luck. I'll learn some more stuff, then I'm going to do great.
Well, I see you're all sad and depressed, as I couldn't be you.
Well, what track was that then, Dave?
I couldn't be you, and that is God speaking to Dave, who's in prison. And God is saying, I couldn't be you, because God's tried to ask him to suggest he turns his life round. And Dave don't want nothing to do with it, so God says, well, I couldn't be you, because that's what's going to happen to Dave.
Right. Yeah.
Have you got my mate Malcolm on the
what's
phone,
happened today? Yeah, we got Malcolm.
Really?
How you doing, Malcolm?
Malcolm, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, mate.
Oh, Terry, this is Malcolm, my old lifelong friend, right? We were mods together in the 60s. We grew up together. We had Lambrettas, right, both of us. He's the lead singer of our band called the Fowler Mean.
Right. Well, let's Malcolm tell his story.
Yeah, sorry,
Go on, Malcolm. You carry on, mate. What do you think of this guy, Dave?
Well, I've known him for over 50 years.
Yeah.
He's no different now to what he was then in some ways. In fact, he's a driven man. And all that vitality and vigour that he used to put into crime when I knew him as a youngster, he's now putting into quite the opposite, where he's trying to help people. I mean, we've got other friends who were gangsters who used their notoriety to sort of make a living by their raconteur style telling about it. He's gone the other way. He's not making a living out of it, and he's actually trying to help other people avoid what he did. It's when he first had this conversion, I seriously doubted it, like most of the rest of us, and I thought this is some sort of scam to get away with all the crimes that he's done and so on and so forth. But of course, over time, I've realised that he's actually most sincere about it.
Yeah. Have you kept in touch then over the years?
We kept in touch sporadically, but recently we've been speaking mostly every day over the past year or two.
Has he been trying to persuade you to come back and listen to the music and perhaps play your music as well?
Yeah, but I can't be doing with punk rock music at all.
Right, okay.
I'm an old mod into the soul and the R&B and all that sort of stuff, and I can't be doing with it.
No, right. Are you doing any music now, Malcolm? Are you involved with anything?
No, I'm not involved with anything.
Right.
Friends of ours that used to be in the band scene still are, and I sometimes go and I take up on the stage with them and sing a bit of the old blues style, sort of southern blues.
Yeah. You got anything to say to Malcolm, Dave?
Yeah, I'm very pleased and thankful that he supported me through all this. We've had some highs and lows, and he supported me for a period. I went through years of depression. Malcolm helped me through it through talking to me and helped me.
Right, yeah. How about that then, Malcolm?
Well, the simple fact is, you see, Dave is a man who, when he sees something, and he was always the same, when he sees something, he always thinks he's right, and he will go for it hell for leather. He will not... There are no naysayers. He thinks he's right. He will go for it. There are times he gets knocked back, like we all do in life when we've got projects, etc., etc. And then all you need is just to say to him, "Look, no, I think you're right," and carry on. If I think he's wrong, I'll tell him that as well. But he tends not to take much notice of people telling he's wrong.
What do you mean? I always listen. I don't necessarily agree with you. You have to persuade me another way.
I think this project that he's got now, even though I don't like the music, right? But I know loads of people that I know and respect like that music, and I'm sure it will be a success because I know the band are very good.
Yeah.
I'm sure that what he's actually doing is a very, very worthwhile thing, and I know that lots of people are supporting him.
Yeah, well, it's brilliant, and it's thank you for joining us as well, Malcolm.
It's a pleasure.
And hopefully you'll be down to see the show, will you, sometime?
Yeah, I hope to be there. Yes.
Yeah, that'd be good, and then you'll have a reunion. And
yes, we'll meet you as well, will I?
Yeah, I hope to be there. Have you still got your scooter, Lambretta, or?
Oh no! I'd be terrified to ride one now. At my age.
Yeah, I had a Lambretta. Anyone had a Vespa right there?
No.
No.
My friend had a Vespa GS 160. I had a Lambretta.
Yeah. All right.
I always look down on people with Vespas anyway.
Oh yeah.
I envy people with the GS.
Oh, the GS. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So, are you from the Portsmouth area, or you've moved away now?
No. I was born in Glasgow, then we moved to London, then I lived in Aylesbury, when I first met David, and I've lived here for 50 years.
Oh, right. Wow.
Yeah.
Good part of the area.
Well, David lived in Aylesbury, but he'd moved about a bit. I mean, one of the things I reckon that led to his... there were two things that led to his early criminality.
Yeah.
I think it was all the moving about, rootlessness that his parents had. Well, they moved from place to place. But the other, of course, was his older brother was an extremely notorious criminal around the place, and I think older brothers do have effects, don't they?
Oh, right. Yeah. And that's going to come out in the book and it's come out in the book. I'm sure it will. In the opera as well, yeah.
Well, I've noticed he's not hiding anything, so,
that's brilliant.
A lot of people do autobiographies, if you like, and of course they'll gloss over things. I noticed Dave's put everything in.
Yeah.
We haven't, I can tell you now, we did never kill anybody.
No, that's right. Good to hear that. Yeah, that's brilliant. Well, thank you very much for joining us, Malcolm. All the very best to you, and maybe meet up with you at the King's Theatre if you come down to see the show.
Yeah.
And we're continuing now with the programme, and I'll speak to you off air. What we're going to do now, hopefully we will be connecting on to another track, and then we'll be having a chat with Maisie.
What are you on about? Dave's mine. He's a fine student. Everything is going splendidly.
Dave is not yours, he's mine.
Well, we'll see.
Now hang on, Dave, she's playing you.
So, this is great. Please carry on.
God, what's up? You've created everything, including me.
Damn you.
You already did that.
During the next song, nice and sleazy, the devil seeks to seduce God, and he's left worn out on the bed.
The West Sea, we didn't have much idea of the kind of climate waiting. We used our hands for guidance, like the children of a preacher, like a dry tree seeking water, or a daughter. Nice and sleazy does it. Nice and sleazy, does it every time. Nice and sleazy, does it every time. Nice and sleazy, does it. Nice and sleazy, does it every time. Nice and sleazy, does it every time. Nice and sleazy, does it. An angel came from outside, had no halo, had no father, with a coat of many colors. He spoke of brothers many, wine and women, song of plenty. He began to write a chapter in his story. Nice and sleazy, does it. Nice and sleazy, does it. Nice and sleazy, does it. Does it every time.
how about that? The Asylum. What track was that then, Dave?
Nice and sleazy, that one.
Nice and sleazy.
That's because the devil, you see, when Jesus died on the cross,
right? Yeah.
The devil thought he'd won. That scene is demonstrating. It seems as though God's lost, but no. When Jesus died, no, there's something got to happen. 3 days.
Right. Yeah, that's it. At this point, mustn't forget the lovely Maisie. How you doing?
I'm fine.
You're fine. Now you wanted to sort of do a little song, just a little bit of your song. Go on. Well, go on then. This is a cappella, and that means without any instruments. So go for it.
The snow glows white on the mountain tonight, not a footprint to be seen. A kingdom of isolation, and it looks like I'm the queen. The wind is howling like the swirling storm inside. Couldn't keep it in, heaven knows I tried. Don't let them in, don't let them see. Be the good girl you always have to be. Conceal, don't feel, don't let them know. Well, now they know. Let it go, let it go. Can't hold her back anymore. Let it go, let it go. Turn away and slam the door. I don't care what they're going to say. Let the storm rage on. The cold never bother me anyway.
Lovely, Maisie. Great stuff. She's a
star. That's brilliant. Well then, Dave, when are these guys and gals going to be on stage? What's the dates and times and the prices?
Well, first of all, this Friday at 8 o'clock at Stubbington Snooker Hall to see the preview. And the main event, there is in fact, we'll invite you to this one, there is a press call on the 12th of April at 11 o'clock outside the King's Theatre. We've invited several bikers and scooters to arrive. We will be in full cast. Some are in uniform, some policemen, and Dave doesn't realise it, but he's going to ride a BMX bike towing our sign, Borstal Boy.
Right,
and he doesn't know that, but he's coming. Yeah. And unfortunately, Sue, his girlfriend, who ditches him, she's actually in Poland at the moment on a trip, so she won't be there. So that's it. And then the 26th, of course, is the main event at 7:30.
Yeah, at the King's Theatre.
Yeah.
Have you got the contact there, box office?
Well, all you need to do is... can I plug this one?
Yeah, you go for it. Yeah.
Look, what we want you to do, and I'm asking you please, right, if you believe that what we're doing is a good thing, and you want to encourage the younger generation to avoid drugs and crime that we got involved in, please go and buy a ticket today, right? Now, the King's Theatre are supporting this, and they're offering special ticket prices today, right, and ongoing, if you use the word redemption.
Right.
Ask them for, you can get 2 tickets for the price of 1. So that's a tenner for 2 tickets. Now, all we've got to do is sell 500 tickets at the moment for this to be a spectacular success, okay? Brilliant. And I'm telling you, we believe this is going to the West End. With your support, it will not only go to the West End, it will go to Chichester, it will go to Aylesbury, the Waterside Theatre, and all the other theatres we're talking about.
Wonderful. Well done. And thanks very much, you cast. That's Monique.
Thank you.
Say bye, Monique.
Bye.
And Josh.
Goodbye.
And lovely Mandy as well.
Goodbye. I'm also going to quickly nip in.
Yeah.
We're also tomorrow at Asda in Newgate Lane in Fareham at 6 p.m.
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
This is a Monday, that's
Is that right? Yeah, we're all right. Yeah, we got it there,
Sorry.
And
also we're on the 22nd of April at Tesco's in Whiteley. You'll see the cast all dressed up promoting between 11 and 3.
Lovely. That's brilliant. All the cast.
Do your shopping.
All dressed up.
Do your shopping, have some meal, have a meal there, and buy us a drink. Cheers.
Brilliant.
Cheers,
and
bye.
We'll say bye then, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Love you all.
We're going to have some ABBA. Thank you for the music.